From the heart of the desert, where the blazing sun paints golden hues over endless dunes and the winds carry stories of survival whispered through the centuries, a symbol of endurance and heritage has silently shaped civilizations. The camel, often called the ship of the desert, these magnificent animals have supported nomads, warriors, and traders in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. But today, the camel is no longer just a relic of tradition. It's at the center of a modern multi-million-dollar industry that combines innovation, sustainability, and health consciousness in ways few people fully understand. This is the incredible journey of how camel milk and meat, revered for their nutritional value and unique flavor, make their way from arid pastures to your dinner table. It's a process that intertwines age-old customs with cutting-edge technology, where every drop of milk and every cut of meat is handled with meticulous care. So, buckle in as we take you deep into the world of camel milk and meat processing, a story as fascinating as the desert itself. The story begins long before a single drop of milk is collected or a cut of meat is prepared. It starts with breeding, a phase that determines the health, productivity, and quality of camels destined for dairy or meat production. Camel breeding is not a haphazard process. It is a science rooted in deep understanding of genetics, environmental adaptation, and animal behavior. Breeding programs are carefully designed to ensure strong offspring, focusing on disease resistance, milk yield, and meat quality. Breeders often select camels with strong lineage and optimal physical traits. These animals are raised with attentive care, beginning from the moment they're born. Calves are closely monitored to ensure they receive the right amount of colostrum in their early days, a vital element that builds their immunity and sets the stage for healthy development. As they grow, camels are moved to expansive farms, specialized facilities that provide ample space for roaming, grazing, and resting. These farms are divided into zones, one for adult camels, another for calves, and others for breeding and milking. Maintaining separation helps reduce stress among the animals and prevents the spread of illness. In these open, yet controlled, environments, camels are allowed to express their natural behaviors, which contributes to better milk and meat quality in the long run. Nutritionists and veterinarians collaborate to develop optimal feeding plans, blending traditional forage with scientifically balanced feed mixes. Mineral supplements, clean water, and controlled diets ensure that the camels not only survive, but thrive. In many regions, herders still rely on ancient knowledge passed down through generations. Knowledge now fused with scientific understanding to elevate animal care to an entirely new level. Every camel's health is meticulously tracked. Routine checkups, vaccinations, and continuous observation help detect any signs of illness early. A happy, stress-free camel is a productive one, especially when it comes to milk. Milking begins only once the camel has calved, usually after about 13 to 14 months of gestation. This long reproductive cycle is one of the reasons camel milk is more precious than cow's milk. Each camel may yield only 6 to 7 liters of milk per day, compared to over 30 liters for a dairy cow. But what camel milk lacks in quantity, it makes up for in quality. Packed with nutrients, low in fat, and rich in immunoglobulins, camel milk is often described as a superfood. The milking process itself is a study in precision and hygiene. Before milking begins, each camel is gently cleaned and soothed to reduce stress. Skilled herders take a traditional approach in some parts of the world, while in modern dairies, automatic milking machines, specially designed for camel anatomy, are used. These machines ensure a consistent, hygienic, and comfortable experience for the animals. The milk is collected in sterile, stainless steel containers and immediately transferred to cooling units that bring the temperature down rapidly to prevent bacterial growth. Maintaining this cold chain from the very first step is crucial, as camel milk is particularly sensitive to temperature fluctuations. Once the milk has been collected, it undergoes a rigorous quality control process. Samples are tested for microbial content, nutritional consistency, and presence of any contaminants. Laboratories use advanced equipment to ensure that every batch meets strict international food safety standards. If a sample doesn't meet the criteria, it's discarded. No compromises are made. Approved milk is then pasteurized using low-heat techniques to preserve its beneficial properties while eliminating harmful pathogens. Once pasteurized, the milk is packaged in biodegradable or recyclable containers, a reflection of the industry's commitment to sustainability. These packages are labeled with nutritional information, production date, expiration date, and sometimes even the name of the farm where the milk was harvested. From there, it's off to cold storage facilities and, eventually, into refrigerated trucks for distribution. This cold chain logistics network is a marvel in itself, ensuring the milk arrives at stores, homes, or export docks in pristine condition. While the milking process showcases the liquid wealth of camels, the meat side of the industry tells a tale of rich culinary heritage and ethical processing. Camel meat, though less commonly consumed in some parts of the world, is prized in many cultures for its lean texture, high protein content, and distinct flavor. In fact, camel meat is lower in fat than beef and contains less cholesterol, making it a popular choice among health-conscious consumers. But its production is no simple feat. It requires a deep respect for the animal, adherence to strict health and hygiene protocols, and mastery of processing techniques. At the meat processing facility, camels are sourced from certified farms that adhere to strict animal welfare standards. Before any processing takes place, each camel undergoes a comprehensive health inspection by licensed veterinarians. Animals showing any signs of illness or injury are immediately removed from the production line. This meticulous vetting process is non-negotiable, as food safety begins with healthy livestock. Once approved, camels are humanely slaughtered in accordance with halal practices and international regulations. This ensures not only ethical treatment but also maintains the integrity of the meat's flavor and quality. The slaughtering process is done in a calm, stress-free environment. Trained professionals ensure the animals are handled with care and that the entire process is swift and respectful. Once slaughtered, the carcass is cleaned thoroughly, with all inedible parts removed. The meat is then carefully separated by expert butchers, who know how to maximize yield while preserving tenderness and texture. These initial processing steps are done in a sterile, climate-controlled environment, minimizing the risk of contamination. The meat is chilled immediately after processing to lock in freshness. Unlike beef, camel meat benefits from a relatively short aging process, typically between 24 to 48 hours. During this time, natural enzymes tenderize the meat, enhancing its taste and texture. Once aged, the meat is further inspected, tested for pathogens, and examined for consistency in color, texture, and fat content. Quality assurance teams use both human expertise and automated scanners to ensure every cut meets international quality benchmarks. Packaging is another crucial step. Using advanced vacuum sealing technology, the meat is packed in airtight containers to prevent oxidation and microbial growth. For frozen products, flash freezing techniques are employed. This involves quickly reducing the temperature to below freezing within minutes, preserving the meat's cellular structure and preventing ice crystals from damaging the texture. The packaging is then labeled with all essential details, including meat cut, weight, origin, storage instructions, and expiration dates. These labels ensure traceability and transparency, key elements in consumer trust. Once packaged, the products are stored in specialized cold storage rooms until ready for shipping. The logistics involved in camel meat distribution are complex. Every truck, shipping container, and retail outlet must maintain consistent temperature control to prevent spoilage. With a growing international demand, camel meat is now exported to countries in Europe, Asia, and even North America, where it's considered a delicacy or an exotic health food. Now that we've followed the milk and meat from desert farms to factory floors, let's take a brief detour into the culinary world, where this raw bounty is transformed into mouth-watering dishes. In many desert cultures, camel meat is more than food. It's a centerpiece of celebration. Whether slow-roasted in traditional underground clay ovens or skewered and grilled over open flames, camel meat is a culinary treasure. A typical preparation might begin with marination, using a mix of salt, pepper, garlic, cumin, turmeric, and sometimes yogurt or citrus to break down fibers and infuse flavor. The meat is then either grilled, baked, or simmered into hearty stews, with root vegetables and spices that complement its natural taste. During traditional festivals, you might find entire communities gathering to prepare camel meat over open pits, where it's smoked to perfection using acacia wood and aromatic herbs. The result is tender, flavorful cuts that fall off the bone. In more modern kitchens, camel meat finds its way into gourmet burgers, sausages, or even it's often paired with flatbreads, rice pilaf, or lentil dishes, and garnished with herbs like mint and coriander. Camel milk. 2.